Welcome to Acquired Taste, a hip-hop podcast brought to you by the world's largest rap group, the Antelope Fishermen. I am one of your co-hosts, Figure 8, and with me, as always, we'll start there. And we're still on our No Andrew for the rest of the year run. So this week, our special guest is Tag Smith. Say hello, Tag. And young Ned was supposed to be in the studio. Now I believe he's on a date because we already had SND locked in to replace him. How you doing, SND? Good. My favorite part of the podcast is where we pretend that we haven't been talking for 30 minutes prior. we can just get right on into it. This is episode 70. I know that's not like a specific landmark, but that feels good every time there's a zero. Thank you guys for being here for the 70th anniversary of this week in hip hop history. We start there. November 19th, Jay-Z dropped American Gangster, which I believe was an album we had, or maybe I had back when we were doing different albums. I don't remember, but I for sure had it on the pod at some point, and that was 2007. Do you guys, anybody have anything on American Gangster? Potty training? I had been rapping for 2 years. We listened to it on the pod. I really liked it. It was like a concept album that was like a companion piece to the film that Ridley Scott did, but Ridley Scott, he didn't know, but he still thought it was dope when it came out and gave him the rights to use some of the samples and shit. In the news, you guys ready to dive deep into the tabloids and S&D and Tag, you guys are part of In the News today. You guys are after me and Koda, so keep an eye on that. But we're going to start with me. Tyler, the Creator, unveils his Fortnite skin. Did y'all see that? It's like 6 different skins, I feel like. There's a bunch of different Tyler, the Creators. And he has a tiny little Tyler, the Creator that he can have on his back. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's I haven't played Fortnite like that in a long time, but I'm about to log in just to buy Tyler and leave again. Up next, Joyner posts beef with DJ Vlad. Vlad has responded. Joyner's claiming that Vlad was begging him like a bitch to come on his show, and that Joyner had kind of zero intention, and maybe his manager was giving Vlad the runaround a little bit. This is so stupid. Yeah. He's very good at being litigious, whatever. Joyner posted a meme of something on his Twitter that had some Vlad content in it, so he is suing for copyright infringement for posting a clip of one of his interviews. But then Vlad posted about it and was like, he could have just no. In the text messages that Joyner Lucas posted, it had Vlad being like, I'll withdraw the lawsuit if he just does the interview. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and now Vlad is returning the same type of words and shit to Joyner. It's just like the lamest beef I've ever fucking seen. Last for me, Eminem and Paul Rosenberg hired to produce the Thanksgiving halftime show for the Detroit Lions through 2027. After I wrote this down, they announced their first act for this year. It's going to be Jack White, Detroit native as well. That's cool. I like that quite a bit. Eminem's I assume, yeah, I would be pretty hard pressed for it. Yeah. No, he you know how Jay-Z's the executive producer of the Super Bowl halftime show? Like he's picking the artist. Yeah. Eminem is now that for the Detroit Lions are one of the teams that play every single Thanksgiving, so they do a halftime show. It's not as big as the Super Bowl, but last year was Jack Harlow. I think he came out of an igloo or something. It was all right. People made fun of him so hard. The production on that igloo was so bad. It was really bad. Yeah, it's super dope. I also really think it's cool that his first year on it, he didn't just immediately throw a rapper in there. He was like, let's tamper people's expectations a little bit of what this is going to be. That's me, Koda B. Look at SND's frozen little smile there. I took a little picture. Yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, Kendrick Lamar and Drake still are getting the most streams and records. It's pretty mainstream hip hop. Yeah. Sure. Sorry, Koda. Sorry. That Koda a munch. Um. Just was hanging out with that rabbi. What is going on? Yeah, him and that Hasidic, very old rabbi. Yeah, they were chopping it up. What's going on there? Why is it 2 weeks in a row with troubled rappers meeting with this specific rabbi? What's he doing? What's going on there? Oh, that's the greatest rabbi PR in the game. Yeah, that's maybe he's like the I like the Yoda of the Jewish community. Yeah, like he's the oldest. Uh, is anti-Semitic. It's tragic. Fucking Luke Skywalker fucking defended Mel Gibson for years. Not to be confused with Mark Hamill. Okay. All right, SND, take us to your news. Good. I could not give a fuck about Tory Lanez if you paid me. I almost didn't even say his name right. He just appealed again. Yeah, he got sentenced. Oh, no, he's in jail for it. He was appealing to get the case thrown out, and the judge was like, no. Yeah, he's got years, bro. He's an immigrant who wasn't supposed to have a gun at all. He's doing some years. Nah, you're just because you're Canadian, that doesn't America will throw a book at you. I'm locked up, won't let me out. That was a great segue, SND. Akon City already got canceled. We reported on that like 3 months ago. We reported the announcement and cancellation of Akon City within a year. Akon was the Nigerian prince that scammed you? I didn't see. Failure to appear in court on a suspended license charge for a reason Akon got arrested, by the way, everybody. Congratulations, Pusha T and his wife. He dropped an album, now he's about to drop the baby, the follow-up. It's his sophomore baby. If I have another kid instead of a shower, I'm doing a baby release party. All right, that's you, Tag. I didn't know there was a Latin Grammys. Yeah, I'm down with that. Shout out to Bad Bunny. It's sweeping this year. Having a hell of a year. One of my favorite American artists. He's American. Puerto Rico's America. It's a big part of him. Yeah, like he would be shout. Oh fuck! Like where did this album come from? I would have to find one in the woods. To be honest, that's why we talked about him for some reason last week. So I thought it was funny that came up this week. But SND was like, that's the guy that went in the woods. Yeah, he won Album of the Year about it. Do you remember that few-year run where it was like Bon Iver and Arcade Fire and all these random ass fucking artsy indie things winning Album of the Year at the Grammys and everyone being like, who's this for? For our audio listeners, I looked around like there was an empty room. For our... Don't say my boy. Yeah, the auga. Yeah, to our... Sorry to our taste buds who continuously have heard that auga due to S&D. I'm not putting that sound in. There's just going to be that moment of silence followed by an S&D childlike laughter. Sorry, Tag. Continue. Did you guys hear it? Yeah, fuck yeah, I did. That is... Every single part of that felt like, maybe this shouldn't be here. Like, every part. The lyrics, the video, SpongeBob. Oh, bro, ever since bro died, it's been a disaster. I mean, they had Snoop Dogg involved way back in the day. It's not like dude was opposed to celebrity. Like, that's kind of always been the thing. But it's a fucking shit show. That's the end of In the News, everybody. Do you know where that takes us?
Game time.
It's game time, boys. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Sweet. For our first-time listeners, we do blind ranking here. So that means I'm going to give these guys one at a time, different rappers. They don't know who else is coming next, and they have to give them a spot between 1 through 6. Everybody gets 2 choices, but whoever goes last technically gets 1 because they get stuck with the last pick. Okay, I'm going to go in order of my screen right now, which is Koda tag SND. Sorry, SND. Koda, you're up first. So letter rappers is not just like big L. That's not what I'm talking about. Multiple letters. Like you got to use more than one syllable to say their name, and it's letters. To give you an example, Koda B, that was your first one? Shit, yeah. Wow, right at the bottom. He went on to talk about how he liked him, and then he was like second worst. Okay. No, it's your list. It's your list. I thought your cadence about it was interesting. I didn't comment on the choice. There's no more centrism in America, Taggart. It is your turn, Tag. NLE Choppa. Oh, that's not bad. How do you feel now, Koda? Okay, S&D. You ready? Yeah, I'm about to give it to you. Let's do BFB to Pac-Man. Wow. Detroit, baby. Detroit rapper. He's that one guy that, like, I'm sure if I show you him, Koda, you've seen it. Do a Google while I continue on. Actually, I can't. Koda's next. All right, you ready, Koda? DDG. All right, Tag. Man, picking the order of this has been the... NBA Youngboy. And S&D. You put JID at number 1. So my order of this list was JID, NBA Youngboy, NLE Choppa, BLP, Kosher, BFB to Pac-Man, and then DDG. That was how I wrote it out. That was my order. But these guys, for the blind ranking, had number 1, JID, number 2, Youngboy, number 3, DDG, number 4, NLE Choppa, number 5, BLP Kosher, number 6, BFB to Pac-Man. I tried to pick ones that weren't obscure, but also like I didn't really throw you guys any garbage. Like BFB to Pac-Man's the worst, and he's still pretty good. I like him. I put DDG under BFB to Pac-Man on my personal list just because I would rather listen to any. I don't hate Youngboy at 2. He's actually had like a record-breaking year for like he's the only person selling tickets this year. Yeah, like I used to hate on him, but he's dope. All right, that's the end of game time. Thanks for playing, everybody. It was fun. Sure. I don't know that anybody gave up. Speaking of giving up, album club this week we had an album from Token. Well, dude, here's my thing by Dave Blunts. Yeah, Token gave us this. What did we think? Maybe the most hard R's I've ever heard on an album. Homophobic slurs, transgender shit, yeah. Yeah, like it sounds like he talks about being in special education a lot. You know what he talks about more than anything? Julian being broke and Abigail being a bitch, man. Abigail broke this guy's heart. Borderline a concept album because of how much Julian and Abigail came up. I don't like Julian. I I tried to put it on a scale of like, this is a bad album. This is a bad album. So let me put it with the other bad albums we listen to on this podcast. It's better than ICP. It is. I never laughed once at ICP. It was the same level of stupid and offensive, but there was uh, nothing remotely entertaining. I laughed like 5 or 6 times to myself in the car, just fucking, and a few times I shook my head. Like there was enough that it elicited emotion from me in one way or the other. Yeah, there was a few times, bro. What is Let me go to the fucking album real quick. Dave Blunt's Here's My Thing. I Can't Put Down the Cup is obviously whatever it is. That's what made him big. Chase Wilson's my favorite song. If I had to pick one that was my favorite, it'd be Chase Wilson as a pedophile. That was the one for me, bro. When he was just like, Chase Wilson is a pedophile, and I do not think that is okay. Like I yeah. Also, this album cover is really bad too. Just to top to bottom it, this album cover is bad. The production's bad. And yeah, it was the same. Yes. I mean, it's a large, a big produced meme. Like it doesn't feel like real art. It doesn't. No. Him in himself is a cool brand. Being the 600-pound guy, the whole sitting on the couch at the Juice World Memorial, like he's built like an alluring thing. If his music was good, that would be so tight. You imagine the 600-pound dude on double XL, fucking spitting in the cipher. Bro, did you see his interview with Matan? Where he was like, "How do you sit down on a plane?" And he's like, "Well, no, I'll buy 2 seats." And he's like, "Don't you have to buy 3?" And bro just goes, "You right. Yeah, 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 you right." Like just the immediate, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I do. But also he wrote
Picasso is dead.
yeah, in the dick sucking song. This guy's a piece of dog water. Like overall, just no. Dave Blunt's was writing they were super open about it. Dave Blunt's was writing every single thing for the past like year. No, and then we reported on it. I had you read the text message of Dave Blunt's texting, "Hey man, I don't think I can any longer move forward with you in a professional way. No, no hate, all love." And it was like, "Appreciate it. May I ask what made you feel this way?" And Dave Blunt's responded with, "Find God." On the pot. Yeah, that's a crib. Dave Blunt's telling Kanye to find God. Yep. Yep. Yeah, he wrote all the words for the last 2 albums for Bully, and then what's the other one? Cuck. He wrote all of Cuck as well. Go listen to that song where talks about sucking his cousin's dick, bro. It's a Dave Blunt song. That's Dave Blunt's. Yeah. No, he did. He was in the studio with. He was writing all the songs. He was the one that was like, "I want a song with
Picasso is dead.
in the hook," and bro was like, "Got it." I'm for sure censoring out.
Picasso is dead.
Sure.
I know we censor out, but I'm not even allowing the name of that song. So that's going away too. I'll find a different censor noise for it. But for anyone listening, I'm saying the name of a song from an artist that we also do not say, written by Dave Blunt about anti-Semitism. That's enough, right? Who would be willing to write me songs that have this stuff in it? Only had this person left, and then they left, and then he only had this person left, and then they left, and then he only had this person left, and then they left. He hasn't been writing in a long time, I don't think. I think it's more about that he doesn't sing melodies. He sucks. So like to find a younger sound, that's the best that he could. I don't know, man. I mean, who's current that will make a Nazi song for me? I think is what he was probably thinking. How much are we talking? Work is work, brother. No, I'm just kidding. In this economy, all right, let's give it. Oh, anyone have a specific least favorite song or a song they tolerated more than the rest of them? That's normally a thing. Yeah, Chase Wilson was like, I laughed almost the entire song. And then the only other thing I'll say is I kind of like Matthew's House. It was the only beat that was kind of different and the only song where he talked about something. Like, I don't like it, like, I'm going to go back to it. But listening to it, it was like hearing him, even just hearing him say, I was sleeping on the couch. We was at Matthew's house. Like, even just that as a bar is like, I feel that, you know, like there was the only one that had something that was like a human being under there. But bad. See, no, we haven't given it yet. No, it's a 1 to 13. I'm going to give it 3.75. Do you remember the fucking smiling friends where bro turns around? It's like, you passed. Really? My building's safe? And he's like, oh, absolutely the fuck not. It's a dangerous death trap. You made me laugh. Yeah, I give it a three and a half. Guests? I gave ICP a 1. I gave ICP a 1, and I definitely enjoyed this more. Oh, absolutely. I would, if you said gun to your head, you got to go listen to one of those albums today, I would for sure listen to this again first. Oh, I don't know what redeeming you have for that ICP album, bro. It was the same topics on worse beats with white people. You made me laugh. You get 3.5. Did you say 1 tag? Fun fact, Ned didn't listen to the whole album, but he listened to part of it with me while I was driving around. He didn't give it a full number, but he did say, I would have given it the highest score out of all of you. And then he walked away from my car. He liked it. Token likes it unironically, and he said he had listened to it with Token driving around more than once, but Token listens to it unironically, thinks it's hilarious. I gotta be honest, I thought I was gonna be right around everybody with a 3.5, but I'll take this. I'll take 3. I told you recently I'm changing the way I score stuff. I for sure like this more than the ICP album, so I can't give it a 1, and a 2 feels pedantic. This is not our fault, man. The taste gods pick, bro. Well, Ellis didn't like this either, so. What would you give this Dave Blunt's album? Ellis is behind me. I'm asking him real quick.
4.
Ellis said 4, 0.5 more than me.
No, it's not as bad as ICP, like Fix It.
What'd you give the Gangstar album?
Did I listen to it?
Yeah, that was the old school one you listened to your last episode.
Oh, I don't remember.
I think he gave it like a 6. Yeah, he was like Dave Blunt's DJ Premier, about the same level of enjoyment for me. Yeah, I feel like I gave another album a 1 that like I don't know. If ICP is my 1, I would listen to something before I listen to that. I got to give it higher than a 1. It only feels fair. You gave ICP a 1. Oh, I did not. All right. The Great Malenko. We are going to move on to submission song. Go to acquiredtasteaf.com. Go over to the submission section and send in your song. You can also ask a question or do anything you want there. You can send us a message. But send us your song so we can listen to it and talk about it on the podcast. This week we had The Organization, Legendary, featuring Anthony Rivera and Rajim the Block Bishop. What'd you think? Yeah. I was just going to say it was too long. And there's not much you can do to keep an attention span on a song like that other than shorten it, unless you change the beat. Like, it was just, yeah. Even cutting off the last hook. I mean, yeah, me too. I used to listen to 70-minute albums, and now if it's over 40 minutes, we all bitch about it. Um, he did that for us. He did, yeah. Yeah, the Great Malenko was like an hour and 6 minutes. I think that's got to factor into my one that time too. Yeah, that was real life, brother. That was a whole. Yeah, we were in the foxhole with that one. You know what I'm saying? Like we were. Yeah. Also, well mixed. You know, we don't get. I believe that's Zeb. I think Jay Reed goes to Zeb, and the file that we were sent is in the same format as the files I get from Zeb, like the same wording. Do you see him do? Do you see him do this? He's trying to ploop it. All right. Jay Reed, Regime, Anthony. Anybody send in a song so we can talk about it? We'd love to get another one. Time to move on to Fish Song. This week we had Comatose from Jan Slam's debut album Undertow, produced by SND Beats, featuring Tag Smith and Figure 8. We're gonna play a clip of that right now. Tag Sam, we're back. Okay, and we're back. You did that when Lai was here. I was trying to keep in. S&D say something anti-Semitic? Okay, so what did you guys think of Comatose? 3. He made the beat, and then me and Tag are on it. No, that song was originally made for the Fish Tank. We made it the same day as Loveja and Schmoke and all that stuff at that big studio session when we shot the Ben Wallace video. And then we never finished it. Yeah, and then when Janessa started working on her, yes. And then when Janessa started working on her album, it was something we had performed a lot. I mean, something her and Tag had performed a lot. So we told her to put it on there. And then I think everything was re-recorded at Zeb's. Yeah. It's a great song. Yes, from the original very first version at Zones, it was re-recorded at Zeb's. I also only recorded my verse at Zeb's. I don't think I ever recorded my verse at Zones. So you've listened to Janessa's album a bunch then, huh? That's the original. That's the one that's from Zone. Yeah, you've heard that one performed. Fun underknown fact. Normally Andrew says hell yeah, so I kind of looked over you to, but you didn't do it. Underknown fact is on Reach You. Now, I was supposed to be on Reach You, but I didn't hear what Janessa and Mello and Angel were writing, and it ended up being this whole thing about grief and all that stuff. Well, I think Janessa wrote Angel's part, but either way, I had written something out of pocket and was like, I guess I'm not on this one. Like now that I'm hearing everybody else, it's. But then I started writing my verse for Comatose in the basement there, and I didn't get to record it until a year and a half later. That's Comatose. Go listen to that one. The rest of the song. What clip of it should I play there when I said and we're gonna listen to that now? What part of the song? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. He's here. I'm actually only playing that on a loop when I say we're gonna listen to that right now. I'm gonna get Koda doing that. Yeah. That takes us to spin wheel and general discussion. We had to rebuild our spin wheels a little bit, so we're not going to spin the local one this week, but we're going to do JC Cordetta for our local artist next week, and then we'll have the local artist spin wheel back up and running. But we do have the album club one. We're here to ask our guests once again, do you guys have anything you'd like us to add to this wheel? S&D, give us a higher chance of a hip-hop album. Is it 2 hours long? Killers, Hot Fuss. S&D's pissed. Fuss. I saw the Killers live, like 2022. We did. We absolutely did. They were just finished a Vegas stint, so I think they were better. Probably that it was really, really theatrical, and dude did well. Like there was explosions, and I saw him at the Moda Center. He was about it. Like he was jumping up on stuff, and like he was, yeah, it was. But I like their music, so I was down to just have a decent night with Janessa. But I was like, enthralled with the spectacle and him and the band. Spin that taste wheel. Let's go! Bad Meets Evil, Hell the sequel. Stoked about this. I'm listening to it every day this week, using it as an excuse. Before we get out of here, general discussion. Anyone want to talk about anything? We're working on a lot of stuff. Me and Tag are filming something secret next month. And then, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now it's me and Koda, I think, are, I don't care about talking about that. We're gonna work on a little something small that we can put out at the top of next year. I think are we still gonna work on a little bit of that today? Sweet. Yeah, I mean, we got that. And then SND, me and him are working on two. I think they're going to be short projects because there's two, and I'd kind of like them to be companion pieces. But I think for SND's going to have to reel me in to make some contemporary stuff. But I'm really going with some experimental kind of shit as well. I know you're trying to make a hit still. We're always trying to make a hit. So I can't make just nonstop story time songs for a whole album. But yeah, I know we said we were going to take a break from dropping music, but it does seem like stick around for next year. We got a lot of stuff coming. And we recorded Noise from the Void all day today. That was tight. Oh, a cool thing to tie it back to the show before we get out of here. I learned that the studio where Ned was recommended. Zeb doesn't have the space to do drums, but his space is shared with somebody else that does record drums. So he recommended us to him. So we were recording there. I didn't know that's where Mike Crenshaw, who we just interviewed, recorded and was talking to us about working on his album. It was there. And there was a giant plaque of Mike Crenshaw's like news articles in the lobby of the studio, which was super cool to see. And then we were talking about how we had just interviewed him on the podcast, and he was like, "Do you guys do it in person or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, we do it fucking like a radio show because one of our hosts is in Seattle, but we did a in-person one once." And then me and Ned looked around and we're like, in here, in this room, we were in this fucking room, this is where we did that. But the drums were set up there now, so it felt very different. All right, I'd like to send a special thank you to Taggart and S&D. Thank you guys so much for coming on and replacing our idiots. Good call to action, Koda. I've been forgetting. No, don't fucking do it. We don't even we lost the contract. I gotta withdraw the money. We have $6 from all you guys did with King Palm. Oh, seriously though, we've only sold like a mug and a pair of socks. Go to our website, acquiredtasteaf.com, buy a shirt, specifically one of the Andrew ones, because he's really uncomfortable that they exist. Bro, buy yourself an Andrew shirt, S&D. Next time you're on here, I better see a fucking John Mulaney Andrew shirt on your fucking body. You're out here pre-ordering Pusha T shirts, bro. Fucking come on, man. Get the Taste shirt. Thank you guys so much for listening. S&D and Tag, can you guys end us off with a taste you later, taste buds? And I'm... No, damn it!